Welcome to Temple Builders Carpentry. Temple Builders. We problem solvers. Temple Builders, safety first. Okay, Temple Builders, today we talking about types of foundations, okay? Now, if you look at my drawings I got right here, if this was some prints, my drawing would be considered a section drawing because it's similar to looking at your picture from the perspective as if you had sliced a cake, okay? You took a section out of the cake and then you looking at the internal components, okay? Looking at the inside or the inner layers of that cake, okay? That's what we're looking at right here, okay? So I got an inverted T-shaped foundation. I got a battered foundation right here. I got an L-shaped foundation. I also have a rectangular foundation, okay? Now, most building foundations are constructed of concrete or concrete masonry units, okay? CMUs is what they called, all right? Now, you've seen these before. Some people call them cement blocks or concrete blocks, okay? Now, wood foundations are permitted in some parts of the country. Major factors that determine foundation design are the live and the dead loads the foundation must support in the soil conditions, okay? Now, the live load would be people that'll be coming in and out of the building. Also, the live load is your furniture, okay? Your live load would be your appliances, okay? The dead load would be the weight of your framing, okay? The components that make up your house, okay? That's your dead load, okay? Also, another example of a live load could possibly be snow. If you accumulated snow, okay, on your roof, because it's gonna be temporary. It's not gonna be permanent. Okay, and also soil conditions. Okay, it's several types of soil. Okay, you got clay, silt. Okay, you got gravel, you got sand. All right, you got loamy soil. Okay, so you got different types of soil. So I think it's a soil engineer would expect, okay, the ground or the grade, okay, ground and grade, same thing, okay. Now they looking to see what type of soil, okay, you finna build on, and that has a effect on what type of foundation, okay, you're gonna get, or you're gonna get designed, okay. Let me continue, okay. Now, local environmental factors such as climate and seismic conditions also play a large role in foundation design, okay? So whether what you in an area that has a lot of, let's say, hurricane activity, okay? So you might want something maybe like some hurricane ties, okay? Um, or if you in a area that has a lot of earthquakes, okay? Now you want to build according to all these different environmental factors, okay? Let's keep on. Now, most foundation design consists of footings and walls. Footings rest directly on the soil and act as a base for foundation walls, okay? This is what's called a footing. See that right there? Now, when you first building, your footing can be poured separately, okay? Or it can be poured with your wall, okay? This drawing right here, my footing and wall are all poured at once. And that would be considered to be a monolithic pour, okay? However, if you poured your footing separately, you would want to put a keyway in here, right? A little depression. Okay, so when you set up to pour your wall, okay, it's gonna basically interlock into your footing to prevent sliding. All right. So let's keep on going. Footings rest directly or directly on the soil and act as a base for foundation walls. In most foundation designs, footings serve to distribute the weight of the building over a wider soil area. Okay, so if you look at this wall right here, just remove this footing. Okay, now If this vertical wall was just sitting on the ground, okay, I just removed my surface area, okay? So now I'm prone to sink into the ground or penetrate the ground. But with my footing, see how wide it is? It allows me to have more surface area, okay? Let me keep on going. The most visible part of foundations are the walls around the perimeter or outside of the building. Additional foundation walls may be located under interior sections of the building to support loads from the framed units above. So all this is saying, um, inside a home, you may have a load-bearing wall, okay? Now that load-bearing wall needs to be supported underneath your floor system. You might have a lolly column. You might have wood posts. Okay, those wood posts is gonna be sitting on either a battered footing, something like this. Okay, you got some footings you can buy from your local home improvement center. It's already made. All right, or it's gonna be sitting on some type of concrete footing or pier to support that interior wall, the interior load-bearing wall. Okay, now concrete piers, square, round, or battered structures that support posts or beams, and steel columns or wood posts are frequently used to support interior sections of a building. All right. Now, common foundation shapes are inverted T shape. That's why I showed you right here. Battered, okay. Also L shaped, all right, and rectangular right here. All right. Now, an inverted T-shaped foundation is constructed with a stem wall supported by a spread footing. This is your stem wall supported by a spread footing. I want to make mention that with these footings, a lot of times, if your soil is stable enough, okay, you don't have to have the wooden forms for your footing, okay, if the soil is stable enough. All right. Let me keep on going. The sides of a battered foundation are wide at the base and tapered toward the top. You see this battered? It's wider at the base and it comes up and it gets narrower. Okay, it's tapered at the top. An L-shaped foundation is similar to an inverted T foundation. See this? It's similar to the inverted T over here, okay? But the footing extends from only one side of the foundation wall, as you can see right here. A rectangular foundation designed for light wall loads and firm soil conditions has uniform wall thickness over its entire height. So this is our rectangular foundation. And as compared to this, what I was talking about earlier, if we remove, okay, our footing, and so that's all this is a rectangular foundation, okay? But however, like I just mentioned, with these rectangular foundations, you need to have basically a light load. You got to have stable soil conditions in order for this to work. Okay, I mentioned before about how depending on what type of soil you have, that's the type of foundation you're going to have, okay? Now let's keep on going. The dimensions of foundation walls and footings are normally provided in section views of the foundation plan, okay? Now, I want to talk too about this right here, all right? Now, this is a little different. This is a stepped foundation, okay? Now, stepped foundations are used on steeply sloped lots, okay? So this will be used for a sloped lot, okay? Sections of the footings are shaped like steps, and a foundation wall with a level top is constructed over the footings, okay? It's going to be a level top, all right? A level foundation for a sloped lot will require more concrete and more excavation of the hillside than a steeped than a stepped foundation. Okay. Now, if this was to be a continuous, wall, you're gonna use more concrete, than you really want to, or that's necessary on a sloped lot when you can just choose to use this stepped foundation. Okay. I'm a I'm a I'm gonna say what I just said over again. Okay. A level foundation for a sloped lot would require more concrete and more excavation. Excavation is digging of the ground, of the hillside than a stepped foundation. A stepped foundation may provide both a crawl space and a full basement. You see, this area can be a crawl space. Come down here, you get your full basement. Stepped foundation require vertical or plumb and horizontal, which means level footings. Okay, this is our horizontal footing. Okay, this is our vertical footing, as you can see. Okay, many building codes require a 2-foot minimum distance between one horizontal stepped, or let me say that again. Many building codes require a 2-foot minimum distance between one horizontal step and another. Okay, so this is our horizontal footing. You see right here, this is our 2-foot minimum, distance. The vertical footing must be at least 6 inches thick and no higher than 3/4 of the distance between one horizontal step and another. You see right here, 3/4 of horizontal footing length maximum. Right here, you see this dimension or this measurement right here? It's for your vertical footing. I also have 2-foot minimum length. This is our horizontal, And look right here at our vertical thickness. The thickness for our vertical footing is 6 inch minimum. Now this is our stepped foundation formula, according to building code. Now this drawing right here, this is a grade beam, Now grade beams are foundation walls that receive their main support from piers extending deep into the ground. Look right here, these are my piers, extending deep in the ground. Grade beams are often used with stepped foundations erected on steeply sloped lots. Grade beams are also used on level lots where unstable soil conditions exist. So it is what it is. You heard that, right? So even on a level lot where unstable soil conditions are at, you'll use a foundation like this. It's grade beam foundation. You see our gravel right here, right up under our grade beam. Anytime you have gravel, I always think about that's my capillary break. Because your gravel is going to have those, what you call macro pores or large holes or voids, that won't allow capillary action to take place. Our concrete gonna have smaller voids in it. Capillary action, which is a phenomenon of water defying gravity and going upward. Now this happens when you have a lot of small holes or micro pores. All right. And so we got gravel up under here. We got our piers, concrete piers that go deep into the ground. Now look right here. I got this dimension right here. So it goes from your ground or your grade and up to the top of my grade beam is a minimum of 8 inches. So my grade beam needs to be a minimum of 8 inches above ground. Okay, look right here. This is just the inside. Okay, showing a little dirt. All right. So, all right. So I think that's it for the day then. All right, we're gonna go more deeper into this and also talk about rules as well, you know, more deeper. All right, so if you like this information, hit the like button, subscribe. If you want to contribute to Temple Builders, the Cash App is in the description box, okay? Become my apprentice, Temple Builders.